Hello and welcome to Spoilers, Morty! In this spin-off of our normal show, Nami and I will be watching Season 3 of Rick and Morty, which, if you're not familiar, is a cartoon show wherein a brilliant scientist alcoholic nihilistic maniac goes on wacky adventures with his grandson Morty. Summer also joins them from time to time, and the three of them murder, pillage, and just generally cause existential crises in other dimensions. Today, Nami will be predicting and then watching Rickshank Rickdemption, which is the first episode of Season 3. If you haven't watched Seasons 1 and 2 yet, be aware that this show contains fantastical spoilers for all of Rick and Morty. That's kind of the point of what we're doing here, in case that wasn't clear. So if that all sounds alright to you, then on with the show. This is a bit unusual, because instead of a movie, we're watching a television episode.
It'll eventually be longer than a movie, because if you take into account the entire season.
Yes. If you haven't seen Rick and Morty, then go watch it.
Binge seasons 1 and 2 and praise our creator and or universe and or
a big giant head, whatever you want.
Or a big giant head. Find something and go, hey, I didn't have to wait for season 3.
If you find that it is overrated, that's fine, but just let us have this, please.
Okay. People have different tastes.
So, in the season finale, we left off with Rick being imprisoned in intergalactic jail for, quote, everything. In order to apparently save his family. What are your predictions?
Okay, so Rick has to get out of jail.
Okay.
But I don't know if Rick gets himself out of jail, if his friends that they kind of left the intergalactic space battle with get him out of jail, if Morty gets him out of jail, or if Jerry tries to help get him out of jail. Okay, so here's how I feel like the episode will go. So they basically got to Earth. Earth has been accepted into the Galactic Alliance, and Earth is now like, it has a bunch of tech that it didn't have earlier. Jerry was freaking out about whatever and was really depressed because he doesn't have a job. And then he got a job, but they also gave him a bunch of antidepressants or whatever, or a bunch of pills to make him feel better. And then he immediately racked up a bill because that cost money. So he's like, oh, I don't have a job. And then I believe they gave him a job, right? At the end of season 2?
Yeah, that happened.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure I was remembering that. So I think Jerry is going to get disillusioned with his fantastic life that he thought he always wanted. I don't know if it's going to be because he misses Rick and his antics, or he just won't feel like he earned it because Jerry is a weird human.
Okay.
Sorry, Jerry. Your Apples campaign.
Yes.
I honestly think that his intergalactic buddies and or I wonder if like the Council of Ricks will break him out.
Oh.
But that would be interesting if that happens.
Do you want to guess which one of those scenarios happens?
All of them at the same time. It depends on the universe, technically. I'm going to be angry if that actually does happen. I'm assuming his friends break him out.
His rebel friends?
Yeah, his rebel friends from the wedding. But I think they get Morty to help. Do they know that Morty helps cloak Rick? Maybe they don't, but I assume that they have Morty help. So Morty helps. Morty's a helper dog. Okay. A helper Morty. Beth actually probably likes it just because, like, I feel like Beth starts out being like, but then she's just like, it's not that bad. I'm assuming that she blames Jerry for Rick turning himself in. So even though she doesn't necessarily hate the new life that they have, she hates Jerry because he destroyed the relationship with her father that she's wanted. Because you can't have a relationship with a guy when he's in jail.
Well, you know, some people do.
Well,
conjugal visits, wait.
But daughter, ew.
Don't do that.
It's bad.
Okay. So she blames Jerry, but he's he's disillusioned with his new job.
Right. Well, so I think he starts out where he likes it, and he's like, yeah, this is great, because he's Jerry. But then he eventually does get disillusioned, and he hates
Beth is fine with the new life that they have.
Okay. I mean, what does Summer do? I feel like Summer likes Rick more out of like Beth and Jerry. Like between the three of them, she likes Rick the most because she actually goes on like wacky, crazy adventures with him. Mm-hmm. But
they bonded.
Yeah, they bonded.
They punched the devil that
was another fantastic episode.
When they got ripped and punched the devil.
Oh my gosh. They bonded. Yeah. Well, and also like when he had to go inside his battery to see why his battery stopped working. Anyway,
I don't think they bonded.
They
too
didn't
much
bond,
at
but
that point.
she definitely realized like her grandfather is capable of terrifying things. But they did create peace between the psychic spider race and humans.
See, they did some good. And then they did ruin ice cream.
They did ruin ice cream.
So they're still in the red, I think.
Hey, no, they did good.
Okay.
Sacrifices must be made. So I think Summer is actually going to be the most upset about it, having talked that out a bit. Like, I think Summer is going to be like, you guys, this is a bad thing. Like, when are we going to go get Grandpa? She's definitely going to be kind of like the driving force. I think she'll want to go along to help them break Rick out of jail. But I honestly think they'll be like, no, you've done enough. Or whatever. Like, for whatever reason, I don't see her being invited along. And that would upset her also. Because she's like, I can do things. Mm-hmm. But maybe she says that and they like look at her and then she immediately breaks something, which is why they're like, yeah, about that. Okay, so I feel like Earth will lose the intergalactic sponsorship. Earth will somehow return to how it was.
Okay.
I feel like that has to happen.
Sounds like a prediction to me.
How many am I at?
You got 6.
Oh.
Do you think any of the other characters are going to make an appearance?
I was actually thinking
aside
on
from
that.
Just the main family.
I was like, will Mr. Poopy Butthole show up? I think all of Morty's classmates. Oh, I think Morty will go to school. And school will be super weird because school will be half human, half like alien creatures. Or like they'll have alien creatures in class now because intergalactic, whatever.
Which is weird that they would need to learn something after traveling through space to get here. But hey.
You know, whatever. So yeah, as much as I don't want to say it, I don't think Mr. Poopy Butthole will show up.
Okay. Are you predicting that he will not?
I am predicting that he will not show up. What does that put me at?
8. Man. You don't have to do 10.
I know.
If you don't want to.
I just like 10. It's a nice, even number. Yeah, I guess I'm done. Any bonus?
Sure. There is a cameo voice. Care to guess who it is?
No idea. So we'll find out. I probably won't even recognize them.
Okay. There has been a meme that resulted from this episode about a food item.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It'll be apparent, I think, when you see it. Hey,
pickles. I'm going to say pickles because you let that slip earlier. Pickle Rick!
How many more seasons or years does Rick threaten that the show will continue?
How many more? Oh man, I really hope that they make a Community reference here where it's 7 seasons and a movie. But I don't know if that's total or 7 more seasons.
6 seasons and a movie.
Oh, 6 seasons and a movie?
You can do that take again. I'll edit it so it flows together if you want.
Okay. Oh man, I really hope that they do a Community throwback where it's 6 seasons and a movie, but I don't know if it's 6 more seasons or 6 total.
Either way, as long as it's mentioned, I would give you credit for it.
6 seasons and a movie! I think we're good.
Yeah, you good with that?
Let's just watch it.
Okay.
Let's watch it.
Let's go watch it.
That was one hell of a long con.
Although it only took 1 episode.
Right. Well, nah, technically nah. He was probably planning to crash galactic government for a while, and just screwing Jerry over was a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, don't piss off Rick.
Yep.
Also, Morty, hilarious. Totally good thing I read the note on the gun. Which goes to prove that Morty goes against Rick more and more.
Yeah, he essentially tried to kill him.
Yeah.
That's, I guess, the same thing he did in the Purge episode, though. He got a little bloodthirsty.
Right, but I also feel like he was pushed to that point.
Yeah.
However, like, I feel like it's taking less and less to get Morty pushed to the point where he lashes out. Because I feel like in the Purging episode, like, he had to get pushed a lot more than he did in this most recent one. So I feel like Morty is going dark. But Rick did just say this is going to be the darkest season, so...
Yeah, I mean, Beth and Jerry are getting divorced.
Dang.
The entire intergalactic government has collapsed. The Council of Ricks is mostly...
Destroyed? Question mark?
Dead. Destroyed.
Question mark? We'll see how that goes.
It's a pretty dark timeline.
Yeah. All right, let's go through the checklist, and I did a really bad job on this episode.
Jerry was totally happy with his new job.
He was totally happy with his new job, and not disillusioned at all.
Yep. So you gave him a little too much credit.
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I did.
Beth was not happy.
Yeah.
Even though you said that she was probably okay with the new setup that they got.
Yeah.
She was clearly depressed about the whole thing.
Right.
Did she blame Jerry for Rick getting caught? I don't think so.
Me neither. I don't think she did, because I think she was more just, she never stated it, but she was more just upset that Rick left because he left again.
She's got some sort of a hang up where she blames him for leaving, but then as soon as he comes back,
is super happy.
She's very happy about it. On the upside, Summer was the one that wanted to break Rick out of prison. She didn't do much to help.
Right.
But she was the one that was eager to do it.
Yeah.
So I think you had that figured out. Rick's friends did not help at all.
No, they did not. I should have stuck with the Council of Ricks.
Yep, that would have at least technically been true, because they did show up to break him out, although it was to assassinate him.
Same thing.
It was, the motivation doesn't matter. And I think Earth went back to normal at the end.
Well, I mean, except the part I didn't realize is that apparently just a bunch of spaceships landed on Earth buildings. But yeah, Earth went back to not having the influence, which is what I meant. Where like Earth is just Earth, not intergalactic Earth.
The people rose from the sewers and claimed back their homes from the insects.
After Rick crashed their intergalactic dollar.
All of which only took about 3 minutes, whereas that could have been the plot of a Hollywood movie.
Yeah. I'm sure that is plots of Hollywood movies. Rick ranting about Szechuan sauce.
That took up more time.
Yeah.
Just the Szechuan sauce.
Yeah. In general.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I encourage you to look that up and see what came out of that. There's a petition to get McDonald's to start making the sauce again. All kinds of stuff.
This is just, so part of me wonders, did someone on the crew be like, you know what I miss? That I'm so sad that doesn't exist anymore. Let's see if we can get it back. And that is just a flagrant abuse of power, which I can get behind. I mean, fast food accounts have funny Twitter back and forths with people. And it's not just like, buy our stuff. It's literally like, who has the best burn? It pretty much seems like what all food service Twitters are currently doing.
Also, Shoney's is a real place.
It is?
The diner that they were in.
Where is it?
I don't think there's one near us. But I don't know.
I thought that they were just ripping off Denny's. And I was like, it's really weird that they're like so close and yet so far from just saying Denny's. Because
their Twitter replied to the Rick and Morty episode. Morty did not go to school.
He did not. They mentioned school, though. Summer specifically mentioned that they were like draw and quartering insects at school.
Yeah. Mr. Poopy Butthole did not show up.
He did not.
So you get points for that. However, none of the bonus questions.
Yeah.
Nathan Fillion was the guest star.
And I didn't even recognize Nathan Fillion's voice. It wasn't until I almost didn't even see his name flashing on the screen.
And 9 more seasons. 100 more years.
Yep.
I think he said.
9, but that equates to 9 more seasons.
Yep. At this rate. So that was the first episode. 37.5%.
Woo!
We can round that up to 40. We don't usually.
We can stay at 37.5.
We don't usually give half percents, but yeah, we'll go. Okay. That's
40.
Better than some of the movies that you've predicted.
Yeah, I know, right? I think we're going to have to set up where I get like a teaser, because one episode does not rely on what happened previously.
Yeah, most of them are standalone, although this one was a special case because it ended on a cliffhanger the last season.
Yeah. So we'll have to figure out some way to at least throw me a bone for following episodes.
Yeah.
But that said, Rick and Morty, Season 3, Episode 1, 37.5. If you like what we got going on, if you want us to show you what we got, thumbs up. It's the only way our planet won't explode.
Or you could check out some of the other episodes.
That too.
They're called Spoilers Maybe.
Because maybe there'd be spoilers if you haven't seen the movie, just like I haven't.
Yeah, they're about movies, not about television shows.
But we may have more about television shows in the future, because,
Yeah, we'll do some more TV shows, but join us again next time for episode 2 of season 3 of Rick and Morty.
Woo woo. Have a good day. Or don't, but I hope you do.
Be sure to check out our normal show, Spoilers Maybe, where Nami predicts a movie that she missed or has just never seen before, while I sit back and act all smug because I already know what happens. New episodes every Tuesday. You can't. No, don't cheat.
No.
Don't look it up on your phone. I see you clicking your phone.
Tim texted me.
I'm making a radio play for the people at home. Don't ruin it by telling them what's really going on.
No, I'm taking a look.
Okay.
Tim, help me. Phone a friend.
I don't know if he's seen it.
I'll ask him.
Okay.
Side note.
Make sure to convey to him that I am very concerned about this.
Have you seen Rick and Morty season 3? Very, all in caps, concerned.